last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would.
And a big loss here is Porter Gustin, his second sack of the night. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational, CD. That is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
On second down, a run with Etienne. And he's only able to work this from the 8 to the 10 for a pickup of 2. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. They'll throw here. Beathard. And this is going to be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Like and subscribe if you're new.
Here's Logan Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. 68 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. On second down, right back to Hunt. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. Got a man, it's Schwartz, complete. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there. Now Keenum. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. So now the Jags down on the scoreboard. 1:06 to play. You can't say the preseason isn't interesting. This has been great as they come up 1st and 10. And this one is incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
It makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back.
And it's intercepted. Troy Hill picks it. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
To his knee goes Keenum, and that should be the ball game. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And we talk so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams, right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
The players on your team earned XP. Quickly upgrade your team at the end of each game. This player's development trait is hidden. Put him... It's week 2 of the NFL preseason, where depth charts and playbooks will be put to the test. It's the Giants and the Browns, next on EA Sports.
We come at you from the shores of Lake Erie. EA Sports has the coverage of the NFL from First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. The folks here in Cleveland, even though all the down years, have never stopped supporting their hometown guys, and we got evidence of that a moment ago as the Browns made their entrance. They are ready to do battle with the New York Giants. Brandon Gaud and Charles Davis, happy to be back alongside you. And I'll tell you what, yes, it's just week 2 of the preseason, but now they've got one game under their belts. And a lot of guys trying to prove some stuff down on the field here today.
Not only that, these coaches like to win. And I used to think it really didn't matter who won in the preseason. Then I watched some of those shows that the NFL does. And you see the coaches in preseason after a loss jumping all over their guys. So I learned one valuable lesson. Wins and losses count no matter what time of year it is.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants ready to go to work on offense, and leading them out, their third-year quarterback from Duke, Daniel Jones.
I still remember when he was drafted, there was a little bit of controversy about how high he was selected by the New York Giants, but his talents were revealed. He can make every throw in the book. Surprisingly good athlete. As long as he takes care of the football, doesn't turn it over, he can really make plays.
They'll run for the first time with Saquon Barkley. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Barkley, toss play left. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
CD, you take a look at this draft class from this offense, and they went defense with their first-round pick.
Yeah, and you and I both know there were a lot of good players on that list, but this was a defense that was in need of an infusion of youth and speed, and that's what they got.
And he fends him off. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Malik Jackson able to run him down for a 15-yard loss, and it will be 4th down.
But defensively, you really can't script the start much better. You get a 3-and-out and a sack.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. They kept him short of a first down on 1st and 2nd down. And then on 3rd down, they pick up a sack. What tremendous momentum for them to start this game.
On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. Running right through him. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10. So now you've got their offense coming out for the first time with great initial field position. They'll be led by a 3-time Pro Bowler in his 5th season. It's Deshaun Watson.
And he's exactly the man you want in control of your offense. Excellent arm, good zip on the ball, not afraid to use his legs when he needs to. And what he's excelled at doing is making plays when the first read isn't available or when the pressure's about to get to him.
First carry for Nick Chubb. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. A give. This is Chubb. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, it's almost a tendency breaker.
Flush to his right. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
They're throwing it on 1st down, but no one was open, so he gets flushed out of the pocket, runs towards the sidelines, gets out of bounds with a good gain and a 1st down.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size.
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Give the sack to Lorenzo Carter. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Now it's Watson. They'll roll him out right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off down at the 2. Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night. First throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these individual type plays, they've got to have short memories, don't they? DB gets beat, wipe it away, quarterback throws a pick, has to do the same thing. A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now Jones. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here. A safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Back to throw, Watson, escaping the pressure right. To the right side, and he's got Landry complete. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Handoff comes to Chubb. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 42 yards on the ground for him so far. In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. Not easy being a rookie left tackle in this league, and there they got it for the penalty.
Not easy at all. Think about what you're dealing with every game you play. Ostensibly, the best pass rusher is over you on every snap.
Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And the Giants will take over here just shy of the 30. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. He'll drop it off with Saquon Barkley. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And some room to maneuver. And he will be taken down, but not before he gets this to the Browns' 37-yard line. A big play there.
And the Giants first down.
We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Giant football, and we're ready to begin the 2nd quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. A handoff to Barkley, and he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Throwing Jones.
There's the first NFL catch for Kadarius Toney.
They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
A short game that doesn't give them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before. It's hauled in by Shepard. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And the defense bit hard there. They were thinking run all the way, play fake, working to perfection on 4th down.
And it was able to work because of the down and distance situation. 4th and short, you've got to respect the run. You show a little play action. Oftentimes you find people open for what you need, and that's exactly what they got done there.
Now left side on the swing pass. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. 2nd and 11. Here's a give to Barkley. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on. To Barkley on the check down. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Knocked up all his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
On 4th down, on is Graham Gano for the Giants field goal.
From the right hash, and this one just a chipping. Gano's kick is good. And they will jump out in front here with a very unusual scoreline of 3-2.
So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
Now Nick Chubb of the Browns gets set for their next possession.
He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Watson now to throw. He's going deep for Brown. And now Watson throws another interception. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And the Giants are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
Boy, Charles, that is now 3 interceptions in 3 consecutive drives. And you can see he's just got a look of disgust and bad body language, understandably, as he walks off the field.
And I think it comes from the fact that he's not sure what he sees down the field, Brandon. I don't know if he's seeing ghosts. I don't know if he just can't read defenses. I'm not sure what it is, but that's why he's frustrated. Think about the defense right now. Every time they run on the field, they've gone from hoping to intercept the pass to expecting to intercept passes. Their confidence at an all-time high right now.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both. And he coughed it up! And this is picked up by the Browns. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line.
These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
Certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time: completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it free.
Eluding the pressure right. He's got a man wide open. It's Landry.
Yeah, the Browns are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
Remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
They'll give it to Chubb. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
They'll try again with Chubb. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb.
Fine work there on the touchdown run.
And once again, the Browns are back in front.
That could be an important swing right there. A touchdown in the final minute of the half to take the lead.
And I like the point you just made there. Could be an important swing, because now that they have the lead, if they can carry that into the locker room at the half, they'll feel really good about what they accomplished in the first 2 quarters.
Chase McLaughlin on for the extra point.
And this is good, and it makes it a 9-3 ball game. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And Nick Chubb, the one to finish it off, as he does so with a touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Here's Dante Pettis on the return.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
We get a look at Sterling Shepard as he and the rest of the offense march out into place. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? 2nd quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us. But sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want, and that means getting him the football.
Yeah, so far just a single catch in this game. On 2nd and very short, Jones. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. On 1st down, Jones. That's complete left side to Shepard. The Giants going to burn their... as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
4 yards remain for 2nd down.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Sacked there by Jadeveon Clowney.
But he continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
So we have reached halftime here in Cleveland with the Browns on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in just a minute. Week 2 of the preseason is upon us. Each team now with just one more game after this one. And then we will get it all started as we normally do on the first Thursday after Labor Day. With that, let's get a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Giants. And they did not do much at all in terms of throwing the football in those first 2 quarters. That's going to need to improve if they want to erase this deficit. These 2 coaching staffs are likely using this game as their dress rehearsal for the regular season. So some final adjustments being made. And for the call of the second half, we send it back out to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
Expect to see a good number of backups going forward as we are back and underway here in preseason week 2.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
And the focus of our players' spotlight right now is shining on Case Keenum. And he's thrown 2 interceptions. Not the worst thing in the world, especially, hey, when you still got the lead.
And that's where you look at your teammates and say thank you. Congratulate them on the job they've done and appreciate them. Now how do you show your best appreciation? Not make those kind of mistakes as the game continues moving forward. Get back to being the great player that they think you are.
They'll start the third quarter on the ground with Hunt. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. You know, during these preseason games, we're in week 2 right now. It's always funny looking at our spot charts up here in the booth because with all the guys that might play in this one, it seems to get bigger and bigger each year.
Yeah, we pretty much supersize them, don't we? Because, you know, remember, they're carrying 90 now. And with the new rules, they'll carry 90 all the way through the preseason before they make the final cut. Oh, yeah, a lot of guys to learn for these games.
Here's Dustin Colquitt now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. .39 yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half.
And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. This is intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. And he'll bring this all the way up to the 45-yard line. So still no touchdowns allowed by this defense. They get the interception there. CD, they have been rock solid.
And at this point, I think they have to expect that they're going to see some shots taken down the field. And that was almost a desperation throw right there, just kind of hoping something good could happen, a completion, a pass interference. But this was anticipated well, and they came up with the INT.
Cleveland offense making their way out.
And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
After the interception, here's got a man, that's Rashard Higgins. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
Keenum now on first down. Dancing to his left. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties. And he's able to knock that one away.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Keenum. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Anthony Schwartz, 40 yards. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. They use that height on the out. Keenum's going to throw for it. Bill Bice, and he's good. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you try and throw quick hitters, quick slants. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
From looking left sideline, incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really
it's hard to execute against him.
Drops it underneath for Booker. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield, and he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.